Hello there, this is the latest news here on New Vision TV. I'm Lynn Komjisha. Fishermen on Dore Island are protesting the 1% tax on fish supply imposed on them by the government. They say this tax greatly affects them since they pay much higher taxes on equipment like boats, engines, fuel and fishing nets, and yet the price of fish is very low. We have more.
Many of the fishermen operating from Golofa and Singila on Dore Island sell their fish to Indian factories in Jinja, who later export them to outside countries, a hope they live on since there is a market for their catch. However, they say at the moment a kilogram of fish is sold at 8,000 shillings, but the price can go as low as 6,000 shillings. And then the government has imposed a 1% tax on every ton the fishermen sell. This has prompted many fishermen to lay down their tools, seeking for a reduction on the tax.
Kyokka ate twamala tugayimiriza naye nga abantu bangi ku kizinga percentage nyingi tulina ku kizinga ate ffena tutunulidde ekintu kimu kuvuba kokka. Bagyeko amayingini gonna amaato gasigadde meereere kati tulina kyakulya sayaka kati ngaffe abamu tukaaba tubadde tulina sente zifuluma tusigadde kuno.
Mustafa Chibuka, the chairman of the fishermen on Dore Island, suggests to government to talk with the owners of the fish factories to increase on the price of fish so that they can afford to buy the required equipment for fishing, since the tax is also imposed on them.
Government etaddeko omusolo mungi nnyo. Amafuta agaliko omusolo, engini ze tugula ziriko omusolo, buli kimu tubanga tukisasulira omusolo ekikwatagana n'okuvuba. Naye ate ebbeeyi y'ebyennyanja eri wansi nnyo. Ogenda okumaliriza nga by'okozesezza nga tokyasobola na kugula amafuta okusobola okuzaayo emirimu gye gisobola okuba ng'okola. Kati tusaba gavumenti etukenderezeeko ku misolo. Ate ekisinza otusumbuwa ennyo n'ekisinza otuleetera obuzibu ye percentage gye yatuteekako nga ffe abatwala ebyennyanja mu mafakitori. Ebyennyanja ogenda okubitwala nga container oba opimye ttani nga 5, ogenda omaliriza nga gavumenti ekuggyeko miliyoni nga 4 oba miliyoni 2.
Jimmy Kalbu, who has practiced fishing for over 30 years, says the prices of fishing nets, fuel, engines have gone up, and yet they are not making any profits from their sales.
Obuzibu tulina bwa kuvuba. Tuvuba naye ate tuvuba tetufuna. Omusolo gikusa emisolo. Ate byennyanja bye tutunda tebiriko ssente. Lunaku tugenda ku factory tusanga nga bbe bagisaze. Kati bbeeyi ya factory eri kusingisika 8 ku 7. Ate nga ag'amafuta galinnya.
He says the meeting fishermen held with government officials to reduce the 1% tax did not yield any results.
Twasalawo okugerako mu meeting tuteese ne gavumenti baagana nti abo bana kujjako 1%. Tugamba ti sente zo nga ziba nnyingi otukendeerezeko nga tuganye kusasula busazuzi misolo naye nga tusazeewo otukendeerezeeko bagenda tulina okukola ki okuwa emisolo naye gavumenti yeegaana ate kati tulaba nga tulina kyetukolera tusalawo tuwummuze.
Many are now worried that they may return back to their families with no income to sustain them, since the hope from their source of income is lost.
Obuzibu bunaaba buyitirira nga abantu tebavuba, tulabye nga bagenda kutandika omulimu gw'okutandika okubba ebintu by'abantu okumenya amayumba. Kakati tusaba gavumenti etudduukirire nga ekintu kino tekinaba kutaama olw'okuba abantu mu budde buno tebalina kye balya.
Naye ebbeeyi y'ebyennyanja efiiridde ddala nnyo. Ebyennyanja bya layisi babitugula layisi nnyo, tetufunamu ebikozesebwa bya bbeeyi, amafuta ga bbeeyi, buli kimu kya bbeeyi. Tusaba gavumenti etutunulemu tusobole okuba nga batutunulamu embeera etuukemu. N'emisolo mingi gyeyongedde eri bakama baffe naffe kennyini okuba nti tetukyalina kye tufunamu, n'ensasula eri bakama baffe tebakyalina kye basobola tusasula olw'embeera eyo.
Mustafa Chibuka, the chairman, suggests that the government should set the price of fish to at least 10,000 shillings and above to avoid the ever-fluctuating price. There are over 700 boats on Dore Island that now lie idle due to the sit-down strike that started last week on the imposed tax. The Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries was given 860 billion shillings from the 2018-2019 national budget, but the fisheries sector was given 200 billion shillings. But with just 2 months after the budget allocation, fishermen from this island don't look like they have received a part of their share.
Moving on, over 15,000 residents of Njeru Town Council, Buikwe District, face eviction after 3 men claimed ownership of a square mile of land. The Land Probe Commission had that those on the brink of eviction are residents in the villages of Bujowaling, Kokonjeru, Chigombe, Fufa House, Paramuka and Chigowezi. The purported land grabbers are William Badger, Constant Tamale and Ewan Waswa. One of the affected residents, Medi Sempala, testified at the public hearing. Proceedings being conducted at the National Archives and Records Center in the city suburb of Nakasero, and they were asked by the lead counsel, Ebert Biancha, to explain the grievances. Sempala alleged that the trio connived with officials at Njeru Town Council to show fake ownership documentation. The cited officials are Deputy Town Clerk Joel Musisi and Buikwe District Planner Sophia Hijra Meme. Sempala explained that he purchased 2 Bibanja plots in 2011 and 2012, and initially he did not have any problems, but events took a twist in 2014. And now, United Nations bodies in Uganda, civil society organizations and ambassadors yesterday paid tribute to fallen former UN Secretary-General Kofi Annan. Describing him as an icon of peace, speakers hailed him for the firm and courageous diplomat he was when he brokered peace in Kenya in the aftermath of the hotly contested 2007 elections. Dr. Elizabeth Ranga, a former UN representative to Uganda, said Annan was able to broker peace because of his calmness and persuasive skills. The ceremony was organized by the UN officers on Yusufulule Road, Kampala, to pay tribute to the gallant son of Africa and top Ghanaian diplomat who was at the helm of the UN from January 1997 to December 2006. Annan's death was announced by his foundation, the Kofi Annan Foundation, through a tweet on Saturday. The first UN chief from Africa died aged 80. Deborah Malak, the U.S. ambassador to Uganda, described Annan as an embodiment of peace who has set an example for leaders and left a reminder of doing the greater good for society. In sports news, every sportsman would like to leave a legacy, and the She Cranes are ready to do so at the 2019 Netball World Cup at the Echo Arena in Liverpool. The netball team qualified for the World Cup after winning the African Netball Championship that ended in Lusaka, Zambia at the weekend. However, the team under coach Vincent Chiwanuka that returned yesterday is preparing to hand over the Continental Trophy to the President Yoweri Museveni. The 12 players confessed that their victory was partly motivated by the President's promise to offer each 20 million shillings earlier this year during their visit to Rachtura. According to the players, the President promised them a one-off cash reward in January if they won any international title. This was at the time the President invited the She Cranes to his country home following their victory at the Africa Championship last year in Kampala. You're still watching New Vision TV, and now for Pearl of Africa series, we take a look at Kitagata Hot Springs. In the western region of Uganda lies the natural Kitagata Hot Springs, specifically in Shema district. And these have provided a number of activities to not only the locals, but also the tourists. Such activities include boiling of eggs, bathing in the springs, because they are believed to have healing powers, among several other activities. Let's take a look.
Now, did you know that there is a hot spring in Uganda where residents bathe from and at the same time draw water and drink it? Kitagata Hot Springs is located approximately 2 kilometers by southeast of the town of Kitagata, an urban center in Shema district. The spring is divided into two, and one part is believed to have been used by the former king of Ankole, giving it its name Echomugabe, or belonging to the king. And the other spring is believed to have healing powers and known as Mulago, named after Uganda's largest national referral hospital. The activities that take place here: bathing from the warm water, boiling of eggs by the locals, and also getting drinking water since there is no need for a boiling. This water is said to warm up to 80 degrees Celsius. These springs have become a must-visit to Ugandans visiting the district for the first time, and also tourists from the outside world. Now, for more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website www.newvision.co.ug. Our newspaper, The Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so grab your copy every Sunday for Pearl of Africa stories.
And that's all we had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch movie updates on your mobile, on your desktop, on your tablet, anywhere on the go by visiting www.newvision.co.ug. I am Lynn Komjisha.